difficult though it is a setback, but it is one that can be overcome. The impact of it, as you can imagine, has been very disruptive. We've lost a lot of files. We have some older files that have been saved. We have some that have been digitally converted into digital format going back to 2016. But this will mean that we'll have to be rebuilding the files, certainly from the police, and also in respect of the civil matters that are before the court. We'll be reaching out to the attorneys to resubmit some of the documents that they may have filed in court. In terms of the criminal matters, largely the files coming in from the police and from the way in which they organize themselves now, where a lot of the statements, if not all the statements, are recorded on a computer. We should have those statements available, and there might be third-party documents such as forensic certificates, such as medical certificates, which would have to retrieve from third parties to reconstruct those files so that they can proceed to final disposition. As far as today's sitting is concerned, thanks to the leadership of the senior judge of the parish court here, Her Honor Miss Michelle Salmon, who has been up quite literally all night ensuring that the court could sit at Addison Park. We have had the cooperation of the attorneys from the police, the fire department, and also from a justice of the peace. He is Mr. Rankin Clark, who came up to offer prayer and support services. We also had the input of Corporal Claudette Stewart Elliott. He's a police officer who came to provide support, counseling support for the staff as well. So they are now over by Addison Park, and we now have the head of CAD here, Mrs. Cameron Anglin, and also the chief judge of the parish court, and so they're having further dialogue now to have further discussions as to how we can make the best of the circumstances. That is to say, have the court sit, and also to make it as least inconvenient to the court users as is possible. We'll also have to have dialogue with the Ministry of Justice concerning the future of this court building and possibly the construction of a new court on lands that may be available nearby. And just to say that though it is a distressing moment, all is not lost. And when you have strong and effective leadership on the ground, as we have had through the senior judge, the Salmon here, we have been able to resume, and court is going on at Addison Park and will go on. So it will be inconvenient, but the court will continue.
Finally, how does this affect the backlog of cases in the parish?
With the continuation of the court today, what we'll have to do is to have some thought about how we are going to be managing the process going forward. So I haven't been over to where the new site is for today. So when we go over there, we'll have further dialogue with the staff, with the stakeholders, and with the Ministry of Justice as to an appropriate space to be configured so that the business of justice can continue. And obviously the question that you raised, the question of the backlog, so that would need to be addressed, as well as the current cases, because at the end of the day, we're in the business of delivering efficient legal services to our citizens. So this, for me, difficult though it is a setback, but it is one that can be overcome.